What is up? Welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody, where today we're going to be doing an unboxing for This War of Mine, the board game. Now, I do know a little bit about the board game version of this. Obviously, this is based on the video game of the same name. I did do a little digging into the board game version before I bought it, because I wanted to know if it was something I was going to be into or not. And I think it would be. I really enjoyed the video game. It is depressing as all get out, but it's a great game. And I figured that I need to stock up on some more solo games. So I figured that I would take a look into something that I at least already have a little bit of information on. So we're going to do an unboxing for this today, see what comes in here, how everything looks. Don't know if we're going to go through the rules for this one. It's a little complex, and I think going through them would kind of ruin the experience when we do get to it. It is something that I would like to do a playthrough for on the channel. I might go through maybe just a like the tutorial. There is a brief section in the manual that takes you through like the first section of the game. I might do that, and then we might try and get into a game where we do stuff. But I know there is a lot of story stuff to the game that I really don't want to ruin by going through too much of it. So let's take a look at what we got here. We got Endless Nights. This war's changed everything. Looks like this is setup and construction of decks and stuff. Looks like it might be Night Raids, Residence, Shelter. No, Night Raids, Residence. Maybe these are just variations, perhaps, of the game. So we got those. We've got a save sheet, because apparently you can save your game. I think the way that you do this is that you're literally supposed to write everything on the house board down onto the sheets, which is just mind-boggling for a board game. This works for video games. This is a lot of work for a board game. This is a lot of work for a board game to be able to save it like that. We have our book of scripts. This is what I was talking about when I said I kind of know how the game works already. This basically has scenarios for the entire game in it. The way that the game works is that you draw event cards. They'll typically lead you to a page in the book, and you have to read that scenario for the book. These are our credits. This is all components. Everyone knows I love my component sheets. I like knowing everything that comes in a game. One double-sided scenario sheet. So I guess that scenario sheet is for dependent on what scenario we're doing. There are over 200 cards in the game, so there's a lot to go through. I wanted to see how many pages of this book there were. Okay, well, it's not giving me page numbers. Apparently there are not page numbers. However, there are 1,949 different scenarios in here. That's a lot of different things that can happen. That's pretty crazy. We've got our game board, which is the house. And I believe this is double-sided, depending on which scenario you are doing. You've got two different sides to the house. If I can figure out, I believe it goes this way here. This is a massive board. This is huge. Gotta get this stuff off to the side here. It's taking up so much space. This is a ginormous board. This is incredible. This is pretty great. I think this is rivaling like the Talisman board. This is pretty massive. But this is double-sided. We have one side on this side. I don't know if it tells us which scenario it is. I believe the two different houses are two different scenarios, but we have one house on this side, and we also have a house on the other side of the board here, which I believe they might be different difficulties, but they might be completely different scenarios. But 2 boards, massive, pretty good quality. I'm not a huge fan of boards that fold, only because over time you're eventually going to wear that out, and it's eventually just going to be pretty brittle, depending on how much you use the game. But I guess we'll see how much we end up using the game as to how much the board ends up being battered up and stuff. This is something I've never seen before that I actually really like. You can see up in the corner here, there's a bit of a tear out of all of these token sheets, which makes getting it out of the box a lot easier. I really enjoy that. So we have all of our tokens. We've got misery, wounds. We have more misery and wounds. Seems to be double-sided depending on how much misery or wound you have. Looks like it's all double-sided here. We've got some weapons, it looks like. We've got knives, we got a guitar, we've got a shovel, which these might be tools opposed to weapons. We've got some moonshine, we've got some alcohol, some bandages, some medicine, a book, some waiting tiles, a board up tile, so we can board up windows and stuff, I would guess. We got some air filters, some more herbs. We got some raw food, some canned food, some ammo. Not sure what all these tokens are for. Just colored tokens, red, green, blue, and yellow. We've got a bunch of lettered tokens. We have someone up here with a prowess of 1. We've got a couple cigarettes. The backside is just the backside of all those things. We've got some more things here, some vegetables. We've got some weapon parts, some electronic parts, more weapon parts, some more cigarettes. We have fatigue, hunger in the same as the wounds and the misery. We've got some assault rifles here, as well as some broken assault rifles and shotguns. We've also got some regular shotguns. Some more raw food, some more canned food, some more ammo. We have a shell, which presumably is for the shotgun. We have the objective status token. We've got some coffee down here, some sugar, another book. We have a saw blade, some more moonshine, more alcohol, some medicine, some more herbal medicine. Looks like that's everything on this sheet. We've got some more tokens here, some more prowess, some more prowess. Everyone here has prowess. I guess these are different, possibly people you encounter maybe. Canned food, some more raw food, more ammo. We have some lockpicks. We have some shells. We have some chemicals, another shovel, some hatchets, pistol, broken guitar, broken pistol, some more alcohol, more moonshine, more medicine, another book. We've also got hunger and illness and some more misery tokens down here. Some more boards, some more cold. Looks like that's everything that we've got for punch-outs. So we have 3 punch-out sheets for the game. We've also got the journal. During a playthrough after setup, you will go through a full day and night cycle that is divided up into 7 phases. As described in the journal, you do not have to know all the rules to begin the experience. The icons, decks, keywords, space attributes, and other elements will be explained as you proceed. So I guess it's kind of like Gloomhaven in a way where you kind of learn as you go. So maybe I won't go through the instructions before I start. Maybe just kind of going into things blind might be the better way to go. That's all. Let us begin. You will learn everything else during the game. So I guess this is kind of like our quick start. We are, I think, going to be playing this solo. So I don't think we're going to... I know there is one rule in here where as you go along through the game, basically one player plays up until a point where it tells you to hand the book off to the next player, and then that player plays until it tells them to hand it off. But because we're going to be playing by ourselves, most likely, we aren't going to have to worry about that. But it looks like the journal is kind of our quick guide here that kind of puts us through everything. We've got bags. Everyone knows I love when games come with bags, something to put everything in. Something I do not like that I have been noticing in a lot of the games that we've been picking up lately is that these bags don't have a hole in them. Anyone who knows when you're bagging stuff up, that you get air stuck in there and it kind of starts to pool up. But a lot of bags I've noticed have just a little punch out in the actual bag part, so you can just smooth everything out a little better. So I might put some holes into these, but we have some bags to put stuff in. We'll never complain about having bags. We've got some cards here that I can't see the back of because there just seem to be some blank cards at the back. Anton, Professor of Mathematics, Spirit. This seems to be maybe some player cards and then probably maybe some event cards or something in here. We've got Rubble Remnants, Dig Through. These might be the cards that are put onto the house during setup that you have to break down to make the house more accessible. We also have some stuff up here, Help the Sick and Wounded in our area. These might just be some event cards, stuff like that. We've got some more cards over here. Color Black. Shuffle this card back into the color deck. So I guess there's a color deck. That could potentially be what those tokens were for, all those colored things up there. We've also got our Night Raids, it looks like. And this seems to be the last deck of cards back here. Seems to be our chapter cards as well as some resident cards. So that's all that stuff there. We've got some dice. Seems that we have a D12 as well as a couple of dice. Let's see what's on these dice. Probably used for attacking and stuff would be my guess. So yeah, we just got a standard D, or is it just a D10? We've got a standard D10 here, just a regular D10. We've also got this gray dice that seems to be empty on 3 sides, and then we've also got some fists on the other sides. We have 2 sides with, oh no, we have 1 side with 1 fist, 1 side with 2 fists, and then this side just has a little icon on here. I think that's a particular icon, but I can't remember what it's called. And then the other sides are blank. We have, presumably this is for guns. We've got some crosshairs, some dots here, which I'm going to assume is going to be explained to me. A bunch of stuff over here. And once again, we got that little symbol up in the corner there. To me, it looks like this would be like a sniper. This might be like a buckshot kind of thing, like a shotgun or something like that. Not sure what this one could be, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it. This one, we've got a hatchet. We've got some knives. We got a blank side. We got some more knives over on the other side here. Once again, we got the symbol up in the corner. So those are all the dice that we have that came in here. Let's see what else we got in the box here. We've got these rings. Seem to be some color rings. They must coordinate with the handful of colors that were on this sheet here. Seems like they're all the same colors, so they may have something to do with those. We've got a handful of just random things in here. We've got a bunch of those like beads you can get. This could possibly be water or oxygen or something like that. I'm not sure what the red one could be. We've got some pieces of wood down here. It looks like some lumber or maybe some like metal coils of some sorts. And we've also got some gears and stuff down here. These are just plastic, it seems like, but they seem pretty durable. These ones are that like kind of, I don't even know what, it's kind of like a glassy kind of material. Like these beads always come in that glassy kind of material. It's that kind of thing. And looks like the last thing that we got in here is just our different characters. So hooray, something more I may have to paint in the future. I haven't painted any of my miniatures yet. I just haven't really gotten to it, but we have a bunch of miniatures here, different looking characters. Now, I'm a fan of miniatures for games. I think that they really help. Kind of bring the game to life. It's always nice having miniatures pop up. I don't know why it's not focusing on the miniature. Did that help? I don't know if that helped. It just doesn't seem to want to be focusing on this. It's too busy focusing on the background. I might have to hold them a little farther back. But bunch of different miniatures. Got this one with a guitar. There's a lot of miniatures in here. Must be for characters or, I guess when you're going out on scavenging hunts at the night, might be different. Like this guy definitely looks like a bad guy. Hooded, holding his weapon. Totally looks like a bad guy. This guy was like a duffel bag, it looks like. And our last character here. And it looks like that's everything that comes into the box. These guys are pretty nice. They're pretty sturdy. Like their bases aren't like falling apart from the figures at all, which is nice. I've definitely come across a handful of miniatures where they're just so flimsy that like they bend right off the base. But component-wise, they all seem pretty nice. I'm not going to open up the cards until we actually get to playing the game, so I can't really give a review on how the cards feel, but based on everything else, the cards are probably a decent quality as well. But yeah, it looks like that's pretty much everything that comes in this War of Mine, the board game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll see you all next time. If you guys are on Instagram, don't forget to check us out on the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page, where we post new games that we pick up. We post games that we're playing, stuff like that. Always interested to have more people come check it out and just kind of let us know what you're playing and stuff like that. If you have played this War of Mine, let me know what you think of it. Do you think it's something that I might enjoy? Did you enjoy it when you played? Did you not enjoy it? Let me know down below. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully I will see you all next time. But until then, remember that board games are for everybody. Until next time, peace.